Hello and welcome to my first YouTube video, and my name is Jonks, and today I am building Your Sims a house. This one is for my follower over on TikTok called Doritos. And just so you know, I'm not taking commissions anymore because I'm swamped, so I have closed that for now. This house is for a married couple and approximately 2 kids. I only built with the packs that Doritos said they had, and I decided to do this townhouse since I've seen a lot of people do that. I made one back in the day, like inspired by the townhouses in Amsterdam, but this I think is more like there used to be 2 families living in these houses, but now they built it together. Maybe there was a store in one of them before, but now they like bought the 2 and renovated it to be a bigger family house. Now you will see I really struggled with what to make the front yard of this house. If you look around in the neighborhood, there's like this typical, I guess British or just European like townhouses where you have apartments, and then underneath the like main floor you have more apartments. So the apartments don't only go up, but they also go down, if that makes any sense. But you will see that if you look around in Rochester. And since this is like a solo lot and I was not gonna make the basement like that and add apartments, so I made this like front yard, little planters, and then I made this like side yard where I put more like planters where you could have like a vegetable garden or something like that. So you have a little bit of garden, but not that much, and I think that's kind of normal for like townhouses in the UK. Now, as you see, most of the stuff I use here are from the debug menu, or yeah, all of the stuff I use there are from the debug menu. And if you want to see a tutorial on how to access the debug menu and how to use the items, leave a comment down below if you want to see that. So as you see in this like front yard, I put the bushes against the wall, and I don't know if I like them or not. I think I settled to keep them there, but like it felt empty without it, but then it felt a little weird with it. I don't know, let me know what you think. So I realized it's after I posted the build, and I put this gate here, but then on the other side where the path goes to, I didn't put an opening, so you just have to jump the fence. Yeah, I didn't think about that, and I think it's kind of hard to fix since it's like tool mod and stuff. But you know, we can pretend as we usually do in The Sims, or you could fix that if you want to. I'm sorry. Now, if you want to make your builds more lively, I suggest putting terrain paint around the house, so it looks like a foundation. And around the paths too, because like this, when you have stones on a path, you usually have dirt underneath where the grass haven't like gotten the sun to get up. If you have a boring white wall, like a side to the house that you just don't know what to do with it, but a window is weird from the inside, just add some vines. It's gorgeous, and like this kind of house, which is supposed to be a little old with history and like this British town vibe. It looks great. There are some great vines in debug. They're from base game, and the more big ones are from Discover University. Now if you have eco lifestyle, there are also great vines in that pack. Now we've gone inside, and as always I struggle so much with building the stairs. I never know where to put them. So the hardest thing for me with a build is usually the stair placement and where to put the rooms. And this one I kind of made one of the bedrooms that you need to go through one of the other rooms to get their bedroom, but I think that's realistic for old houses. My childhood friend had a house like that, where you had to go through her room to get to her sister's room. I know you hear this all the time, but I miss previous Sims. Okay, I do love Sims 4, and like when people have talked about great things from Sims 3, I didn't like Sims 3 that much. I liked the gameplay, but like I didn't like the style of it, and I think many people don't like the style of it. But what I miss from the Sims 2, because Sims 2 was my heart, spiral staircases, okay? Why don't we have spiral staircases? Just that you can't even put a stair on a diagonal. That doesn't make any sense, and it has to be such a simple fix. So Sims team, thank you for taking our thoughts, and please make stairs that can go on diagonal platforms. Sincerely, all of the Simmers. So for the inside, I went with this cozy, dark, traditional vibe with a little modern flair. I think it's so typical that your parents buy this house with a lot of traditional elements, but then you want to go a little modern, and then you kind of have this weird hybrid between the two. The curtains, also, we want more curtains. Like, none of them look good. They look like old-timey, and then they're just too specific to a style, I guess. But we're very grateful for the plain swatches we got a couple months ago or a year ago. I don't know how long it's been. Now I really like this kitchen. I really like this, like, I don't know what the color is, like a little burgundy. Yeah, I guess it's burgundy of the walls in this house. I just fell in love with this house, and you will see that in my upcoming builds. And here I just like place out all the things I could imagine in this kitchen to then later just place them out on the counters. And here I realized there wasn't a place for both like the sofa, TV area, and a dining table where the kitchen was. So I struggled a little bit where to put it, but I decided to put the kitchen in the hallway, on the stairs, under the stairs. And maybe it's a little weird, but like right before this, I just heard like Lil Simsy in one of her speed builds or whatever that they had their dining table right when you came inside the door. And then I remembered I also have an aunt who had that situation, so I'm like, maybe it's not that weird. So I put it on the stairs. You will see that I put a ladder in here, and that will go to what will be the teen's bedroom. So I just figured they have a little secret passage, and we have to pretend that there's like a trapdoor or something, like when you go up the ladder, so it's just not open to everyone, because that wouldn't be fun as a teen. Here I also went through debug and used tool menu to make this like new built-in fireplace, because the fireplaces are like too big or too small, and then you size them down, and then it looked a little too, I don't know, lonely. So I put in those things to make it a little more built-in. The downside to downsizing a fireplace is that you can light it, but you can build a basement, and then you can raise like the candles from base game, or you can use like a tiki torch from Island Living, and there's like a bonfire thing from Get Famous that you use instead in like medieval sets. So if you use them and then raise them up so they kind of peek through the upper floor where the fireplace is, it looks like the flames are coming from the fireplace, even though the fireplace is not technically lit. You can also do this with the tool mod and just raise them down in the floor, but if you size them down, I think the flames will still fly where they were supposed to be if you haven't sized it down, if that makes sense. Here you can see that the fireplace peeked through on the other side, so I decided to put those bushes back, but now I went for like square bushes, and I think it was a little more put together. So if you see that I use this chair from Cats and Dogs, and I love that chair so much, I just like never really know where to use it, but it looks so cozy, and like just sitting there with a book or like a hot cocoa or tea. Who are we kidding? I always drink tea. Yeah, it just looks so cozy. I'm so self-conscious like every time I say cozy now, because I saw someone on TikTok who's American but moved to Sweden, and he said like, oh, I love how all the Swedes say cozy, and now I'm self-conscious about how I say cozy. But like, let's be honest, I'm not native speaking English, and I mess up all the time, and I even struggle with speaking Swedish, so cozy it is. Now I tried to clutter off the entrance to make it a little more lived in. And I imagine that the kids that live here, like one of them, probably, he even like goes to high school, but he's about to graduate and then like go off to college, or he's in college but still lives at home for the time being, and then the other kid maybe just like middle school or something. Yeah, but I imagine like the teenager that he either soon is about to go off to college or that he already has, and maybe one of the parents is a professor at one of the colleges. Now you can see a great way to add more art to your game, because we all use stick painting so much, and there's not a lot of modern paintings, I think. So if you go on the gallery and just writing art, you will see people that have uploaded art to the gallery that are non-CC. So what they do is that they make a sim paint by reference from something that is CC, and then that painting doesn't count as CC because it's a painting by reference. And if you upload them to the gallery and put them in a room, other people can download them and they will just show up as art. That's a great hack to add some more flair and personality to your home. Now this bathroom is the last room on this floor, and that means we are wrapping it up for this video. If you want to see the upstairs, you will have to come back on Wednesday when I will be uploading my next video. So if you like this, I would love for you to like and subscribe, and be kind in the comments. This is my first one. Bye!